Hello, everyone. My name is Barb Owen of howtogetcreative.com. And thank you for joining me right here in my studio for just a few minutes about a new book that I got. I received this as a gift, and I thought, this is too good not to share. So I thought I would share it with you. I'm sure many of you are familiar with a magazine that is called Flow. And this is by the editors or creators of the Flow magazine. This is a Flow book. And if you're familiar with the Flow magazine, you're going to know about all the cool stuff that they include in those magazines. This is a big old book. This is like over an inch thick at the binding. And it is such a neat book. So this one is 50 Ways to Draw Your Beautiful Ordinary Life. Practical Lessons in Pencil and Paper. Pencil and paper. So I thought I would give you a little look-see through the book. We'll just start at the back. How's that? Because we always start at the front. Let's just start at the back and just look. So here are the authors, Irene and Astrid. And they just have the coolest little images, and guides and prompts and so forth. Find a spot in the park and draw the scene in front of you in 5 minutes. Draw your cat in 1 minute before it moves again. That could be a trick with these sponsors here, I'll tell you. Set the table for breakfast one Sunday morning, tablecloth and all, and draw it in 3 minutes. So those are some of the drawing prompts in that section. Here's another one. There's a lot of them that give you step-by-step things for drawing, like this is how to draw a plant. So it goes step by step, and then there's always a blank sheet where you can practice that. But they're not all in the same style, which is something that's fun. Practicing with art materials, test materials here. Experiment by mixing, layering, scratching, and smudging the colors. Or you can also just practice drawing the different art supplies. But how to draw tents. And I'm just leafing through it. And then there's paper, different kinds of paper. This is a watercolor paper. And they give you some instructions about watercolor. And there's more than one sheet. So there's 1, 2, 3 different sheets, maybe 4, 3 sheets of watercolor paper, and some ideas about doing watercolor. Different things about houses and buildings, campers, how to draw a camper, how to draw the great outdoors, different kinds of doodle patterns. And encouraging you, different borders, encouraging you to take a look around. It's amazing the patterns that you can see in the world around you if you just take a look around. And that's what they're encouraging you to do here. Architecture, tattoos, lace, and looking at borders in old books. This was how to draw a bicycle. On one of these, how to draw a bike. They're just really fun. And then there are always little things, little inclusions. This one I already took out. No, these are postcards. Sorry, there was something else. So these are postcards that you can pull out and create. There was another little book in here that I think I pulled out already. Dress Me Up. So there's some paper dolls. I mean, it's just every kind of thing, how to draw different kinds of plants. And then you get this section, which is colored paper that's all perforated. You can pull it out, which is just really cool, It's just really cool. This is the one I pulled out. So this is a little sketchbook. And so it's just divided up into different little sections so that you can draw your day, sketch your life, take it with you. Just if you don't have time to do much, just do little bitty sketches, drawing inside the box. How to draw a clothesline. I mean, how to draw an herb garden. Isn't that fun? And here's, again, another little sections of different little prompts. Cut a lemon or orange in half and draw it. Paint with watercolors. Collect the seed husks of different flowers and draw them. For a month, draw the view from your window every day. Start here. Yeah, how to draw teapots and so forth and so on. And then here's for tracing. This is vellum paper, and so you can actually trace. So if you are not confident in your drawing skills, you can trace those images. Practice, or pull that paper out, which you can do. It's perforated. You can pull that out and trace other things to learn how to draw, and so forth. And then there are rooms for you to fill up your house, like here, and they'll give you an example. Here's a house with the rooms, and they show you how to do that, and then they give you one for you to do. Isn't that fun? I think that's really cool. So, and then they'll give you, there's even a lesson on some simple things about perspective and how to work on learning more about that. My favorite page, and because it's at the beginning, and that's why I'm just kind of working backwards to get back here to it, just so you can kind of get a flavor for the book, was about drawing teacups. So here are some examples of teacups and different patterns and so forth. And they even included steam, which I thought was fun. And then they give you specific, ideas step by step how to draw the teacups. And I love that. And I started thinking about a video I saw online several years ago. And I'll link it in the description box below this video. And the artist is Vicky, and she's from Greece, I believe, and her last name starts with P, and I'm not going to try and say her last name because I will not pronounce it correctly. But she did a stack of teacups that has always stuck in my mind, and she did that stack of teacups in different kinds of scrapbook papers and built the stack, with paper. Well, because this book was about drawing, I thought, well, I'm going to see if I can draw those draw some teacups stacked up. And so this is a Moleskine journal. So it's just a Moleskine Cahier journal that I'm using to keep track of various things in. And rather than my typical MO for this kind of stuff is I will make paper or fabric and I'll cover the journals. And I thought, well, this would be fun just to start practicing some of the drawing things from that big book, 50 Ways to Draw Your Beautiful Ordinary Life. And so that's what I did. And so I started at the bottom and I drew the bottom cup, and then I nested the next one and the next one. And I drew them all in pencil first, and then went back and traced over them. I think I did it with gel pen, but it could have been a Pitt pen. It actually probably was a Pitt pen. And once I was happy with that, then I erased all my pencil marks and I drew in some suggestion of wallpaper behind it. And then I decided to put it on a table with a lace tablecloth. I mean, it's all just very sketchy, doodly kinds of things. And to do that, I used a couple of different white gel pens. So this is the Signo Uniball pen, and then I used a Jelly Roll white pen that looks just like this, but it's white. And so that's what I did for the lace. So you can do the cups a couple of different ways. One is you can do them from the top, you can draw them from the top down. Another way is you can do it the way I did, which is draw from the bottom up. So for example, we'll just do a quick little example here. If you're going to do it from the bottom up, you really have to do it with pencil because you've got to draw the cup. At least this is what I did. I drew the cup and put my handle on, so I drew it as though it were a finished cup. Okay, and then I put the saucer around it. Okay, so I put the saucer around it. Then I came in and I put the next cup inside. And this is why you got to do it in pencil, because you got to be able to erase the extra marks. And then I put the handle on the next cup. And so I had to continually erase marks. And so same thing. I continued to put my cups in there like that. So that's how I built this, right? And then I went back and I did all the decorations with gel pens, white and black gel pens, just for fun. You can also do them from the top down. So I'm getting a piece of paper. So just a piece of scratch paper. And so you can do the same thing, but you can draw the stack from the top down. So you can start with the open part of the cup and draw the cup like so, okay? And then make sure that one side's longer than the other. And then come up from the line a little bit and make a curved line like that. And then draw your lines. Again, make them one line longer than the other. Make sure that those lines come all the way down to the new one. And then draw. And you can make the stacks as wonky as you want them. But you get the idea. And then you can come back and put your handles on wherever you want to put them. Like that. So you can draw them from the top down, or you can draw them from the bottom up. You come from the bottom up, you really have to do them with pencil so you can erase out your extra lines. This way you can actually live dangerously, and you can draw them in pen if you wanted to. Then when you get to the bottom, you want to, put your little foot on the bottom of your cup, and then draw in your saucer, for your bottom cup. So you can do it that way too. Anyway, so why all the big hoorah about drawing, right? Well, because if you draw something that you like, then you can take that thing that you like and you can use it over and over and over. For example, in one of the classes at How to Get Creative, which is, it is a membership website, and so one of the classes that we have over there is called How to Draw Dogs and Cats, and it's in season 3 of in the member area. And so what we did in there, just to give you a little peek into one of the classes, is I teach you in that class how to draw just some fun, goofy, all different kinds of cats. And let's see if we've got some dogs in here somewhere. Dogs. I think I've got many more dogs here. Yeah. So you can do, those two are the same. Here we go. Here's a couple dogs. So we learn how to do that using a fun technique that, it's a fun technique that if you don't think you can draw, I can promise you that I'm going to teach you how to draw a dog and a cat. And then you'll have a whole stack, okay, a whole stack of dogs and cats. And then when you get done, you get to pick out the one or two or whatever that you like the most. And from the ones that you like the most, then you can use those from anything. It could be, it could be the cup. It could be you get an image of a mug that you really like, or an image of a cup, or whatever. But you really like it. It could be a camper. It could be, a bird cage with a bird in it. Whatever it is, it's your favorite image. And then just see how many different ways you can come up with to use it. For example, we used one of those images, and then on one of the live streams, actually, we did this. We created all different kinds of alcohol ink papers in different colors on glossy paper, and then used that dog, one of the dog images and paper pieced that image to make a card that's dusty. Imagine anything that could be dusty in my studio. Anyway, so that was one thing that I did with those. Another thing that I did with the same kind of images, again, this all just started because of a little doodly sketch, drawn sketch, which comes from, just something like this where you're just practicing your drawing. You're just practicing, and you'll come across something that you really like, and so then you just use it. How many ways can you use it? So these guys are straight from those cats and dogs, and these are created in fabric. So I've created them in alcohol ink, and then I've used them with fabric. This is all fabric that I've painted or created in some way. Here's another one. Same thing. And one more. So all of these are from those same little doodly dogs and cats. And then if that's not enough, we have the VIP members at the website. So there is a whole membership level that is the VIP group. And in that group, we have a live class every month and the first Saturday of the month. And so for them, in a recent class, I took the same sort of concept and then made pop art dogs and cats out of those. So you'll see there's one of the cats, just using parts of them. And here's some others, same kind of thing. Those are on canvases. These are on paper, I think I used a watercolor paper is what I used on these. So same kind of thing. Once you get the image that you like, or you find an image that you enjoy and you've drawn it yourself, then you can just reimagine it. How many different directions and for how many different purposes? The sky's the limit. So I highly recommend this book, which is 50 Ways to Draw Your Beautiful Ordinary Life. And by the way, it comes with this cool poster on the cover, so you can open it up. I'll just show you part of it because it's really big, but you can draw every day. That's a good message. But you can use that poster, put it in your creative space someplace, and let that inspire you. So, yeah. So I really enjoy this book. It was a gift given to me by my husband, and so I appreciate that. And it is a book that I will enjoy for a long time. Anyway, I just wanted to share it with you because I thought it was fun. And to tell you about, if you need more personal instruction, check out howtogetcreative.com. And I'm Barb Owen. Remember to get creative today. I will see you again soon. Well, you want to get creative every day because it is easy. You just got to do it. Kind of like drawing. You just got to do it, right? All right. I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.